Hello everyone, this is Roscoe back with another review, and here we have the Hot Toys Avengers version Thor figure. Alright, firstly let's go take a look at the packaging. As you can see, we have an exact same style box as previous Avenger figures released by Hot Toys. We have a slimline slip cover style box. Now each of these boxes have an individual colour assigned to the character. In this case we've got a nice sort of grey colour for Thor. We have the same character name in large text on the top and bottom of the box. In this case we've got Thor. Nice picture of Chris Hemsworth, who plays Thor in the film. We have our same metallic Avengers heading on the box in the same position. We have the subtle glossy A logo behind it, and we have our Movie Masterpiece and Hot Toys logos down the bottom. And as with all the other characters that we've got so far, you have this subtle detailing or pixelation throughout the box, which looks really nice. Now all the Avengers characters that have been released have this blood orange sort of colour inner box. So when you slip this outer sleeve off, what you're greeted with is a window which shows the figure and all the contents that come with him. So I'm not going to undo that at the moment, you guys will probably get the gist of it. But on the back you have your cautions, warnings and credits of all the people that worked on the figure. As I've said in previous reviews, as I do have quite a few of the Avengers so far that have been released, the box is nothing special, but it's nice, slimline and elegant. That's what I usually describe them as. Alright, accessories. Now Thor doesn't come with much. As with all Hot Toys figures, you get an instruction sheet. Now this one mainly focuses on the posing of the figure. So it mainly focuses on the arms and how to bend those. So I'll explain that soon. But you get that sheet there. You get this awesome accessory which they have in the film. Now Thor uses this device to transport himself and Loki back to Asgard. And you got the Tesseract inside it there. Hot Toys have got really a lot of detail there. Got the two handles, so if you get Loki to go with your set, and he was released a week ago, so if you're looking at getting him, he's not far away. If you're looking at getting him, you can pose him with Thor holding both the handles. You've got that nice sort of plastic sort of moulded area in the centre that resembles glass. So overall it's done very nicely. Now one thing I noticed though is with the Tesseract, it does look quite small. Now when I compare it with the Tesseract that came with the Red Skull figure, you can see it's slightly different colour and it's half the size. So I'm not sure what's happened there, if it actually is small in the film or Hot Toys have got the scale wrong. Not too sure there. It's only minor nitpick, but just curious as to what's happened, what's correct, or if they've just sort of overlooked something and got the scale wrong. But that's the actual 1/6 scale Tesseract there, so you can sort of see the difference. But anyways, once you've posed him how you like, you're left with 7 spare hand sculpts. Now these are all really nicely detailed. They've even got sort of different blemishes to show that he's sort of been in battles. Got sort of swollen knuckles and parts on the hands, so that's really nice. Lots of different detailing and veins, and you sort of see the sort of bones underneath the wrist. So they're very realistic, these ones. You've got sort of relaxed hands, clenched fists, hands to hold the hammer, so you can hold that on both sides with this figure. You've got relaxed hands, wide open hands. You've got one sort of trigger, sort of position finger there. You only get one of those, so yeah, you've got quite a few to choose from. And we get our spare hand pegs. Now the last two things we get with him, we have our standard Hot Toy stand, Avengers logo, badged with the Thor nameplate, And we get Mjolnir, his hammer. That's very nice. It's solid metal, just like the original version. Got nice little etchings and detail inscriptions on it. Now, being solid metal, it is pretty heavy for a 1/6 scale accessory. Got all the etchings on it. Very nice handle. Got the sort of chrome ending to it, but you do have a flimsy strap, which I'll talk about later. But yeah, so here he is, guys. Thor from the Avengers. Now, I do have the original, and there are a number of things I noticed that were different straight away as soon as I unboxed this guy. This guy has a lot of improvements over the original, but I'll compare them later. Firstly, I'll just talk about this guy here. So I'll get straight into the head sculpt. Now, when I first saw the prototype pictures for the Thor figure for the Avengers series, I thought the head sculpt was way off. Mind you, it was only a prototype, but it looked like Leonardo DiCaprio more than anything else. So I'm glad they've sort of played around with it and sort of got a bit more of a resemblance there. I wouldn't say it's 100% Chris Hemsworth, but it's pretty close, and it is a massive improvement over the prototype and the first Thor. I think one thing they don't seem to get right is the eyes. These look a little bit too squinted. They seem to do it on a lot of their figures, where if you look at the picture of Chris here, you get to see more of the whites of the eyes, and they're a bit higher, or a bit taller, a bit further open. Now, I think Hot Toys have finally picked up on that with their Tony Stark Mech Test 2.0. A lot of people were saying that was what's wrong with their prototype, and I think they've released photos showing with the eyes a bit wider open. So it's good they're always improving. We got all the sort of forehead lines there, blemishes, all the excellent standard that Hot Toys do with all their figures, all their modern figures. Got all the studdle on the beard. You can sort of see the crease where the hairpiece was glued on. So it's a separate mould, and they've sort of attached it to the top of the head. It's not that noticeable. All different blondes and browns in the hair. Now, I thought the hair was going to affect movement, but I was actually able to get, you know, about a 70-degree movement and be able to angle it back a bit to get a nice pose I wanted out of it. Obviously, it's not going to be looking straight up in the sky, because this back piece here will obviously stop that. You can't really do that on figures anyway, but you pretty much get anything you want out of it, so it's no hindrance at all. The cape's really nice and bright red. In the box, when he's lying in the clamshell, this is actually already on him. I'm not sure if you can remove it, I'm not going to try. It actually goes through a slot in the clamshell case and is protected from extra creasing. So it goes through the slot and is stored behind the clamshell that goes in the box. Now, mine still needs a bit of sort of posing, but we'll get there in the end, and it's not too bad. And you have his nice sort of armour. Got these nice bright metallic silver sort of sleeves. Now, these are nice and soft. I think they're made out of PVC or some sort of silicone. So you do get a lot more movement out of this than you do with the original, which is a lot firmer. In this guy, I really noticed you get to see the muscle definition is really nice. It shows that bulk that Thor has in the film, which we didn't get on the first Thor figure. Now, the instructions say not to bend the arm past 90 degrees, so about to there. I think if you do that or go any further than that, you could probably risk breaking the shoulder socket or joint, or tearing that sort of rubbery material. But yeah, you can just really see the muscles, the realistic looking shape to them that he has in the film. That is a standout when I look at both figures together, which I'll compare shortly. Get a nice bright silver sort of forearm protectors or guards. Now, the tailoring on all the Avengers characters' outfits is excellent, and this guy's still got excellent tailoring on the legs. You've got plenty of stitching, plenty of different sort of colours. These are a more navy blue colour, this outfit, whereas the first Thor costume was more of a black and charcoal Got the shin sort of armour here. Now that's able to be moved around depending on where the true top is facing. You can sort of line it up to get it right. It's not glued in position. It slots over the boots. Now these are all really nicely weathered, and it even has tread on the bottom. So overall this figure is very nice. Nice improvement over the original, and it's a must if you're looking at completing an Avengers collection. Overall very nice. Alright, I'm just going to grab the first version from the Thor movie, sort of compare. Now this guy has the helmet, which is another reason why I didn't want to get rid of this guy. Looks really nice. It does make the head sculpt on this guy a bit better than if you have him without it. I guess it's even that ceremonial look. Now this is not able to slide over this because there's obviously different hair sculpts. This was designed to slide over a modified sort of secondary hair sculpt. So a lot of people complain they didn't get that, but obviously it wasn't in the movie. So, and I'm glad they don't make things identical. Of course, it stops this one here being completely obsolete. There's some sort of attractant there that still makes it appealing in a collection. It's not instantly replaced. So I'm glad there's certain things that this guy has that this one doesn't. As you can see, the arms, not as bulky, and that material is a lot firmer than the new material. I really like the black sort of pants on this one. You've got all the different sort of thigh and different armours on the legs. Both really nice. Let's have a quick close up of the head sculpt on this one. So you see that, and then we'll go to the new one. So they've sort of come a long way in the last 2 years in regards to Thor figures, or making another Thor figure. One thing I do like about the original hammer, it's the same material here, but you've got the darker handle with a gold sort of look there, and you have a really thick strap, and it sort of sits nicely. Whereas on the new version, you've got like a reddy sort of brown colour with raised metal parts, which is quite nice. You've got that nice metal end, but this strap is very flimsy. And the store I bought this from already has a couple on display that they removed from the box and was already broken. So that's one thing to look out for. Another one issue, or QC issue I had with this figure, is the Thor nameplate was loose. So the glue that Hot Toys were using hasn't cured right or wasn't mixed right if they're using some sort of epoxy. So I had to take that off, clean it all off, use my own glue. So I mixed the arrow dot properly, which is what I used, and glued it back on. And that's not going anywhere, it's solid as a rock. So a few others in the store also have that issue, so Hot Toys need to check their glue or how they're mixing the glue. Now it's only a minor nitpick, minor problem, I was easily fixed, but paying this much money, you shouldn't have to fix anything straight out of the box. But that's the only issue I really had with this guy. I'm happy to have him in the collection. Got 2 versions now, which is quite cool. Have this one posed with Odin. I might get 2 Lokis, so I have one ceremonial to match this guy. I might have a spare Loki without the helmet to go with this guy. Because they look very nice with the uniforms and their armour. But as you can see, just looking here, overall likeness, you choose the Avengers version any day, I think, despite this one having the helmet, which does stand out. Also on this one you can see this is not as bright, it's slightly less bright than the cape on this one. Yeah, so if you're thinking about getting him, guys, get him soon. Just like with all the other Avengers characters, their price is skyrocketing fast, so don't leave it too late. It's going for a reasonable price at the moment, but you'll be paying a packet for it in a year or two, I'd say. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this review and quick comparison. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to leave comments and I'll get back to them if I can. Thanks guys. See you later.